And we're live. Hello. Hello,
Hi.
Mariana.
Hi.
Welcome to everyone that will be joining us in the chat and in the playback for another casual convo. We are here with Mariana from Mariana Mas Books. Hello.
Hi. How are
Thank
you?
you so much for coming on and joining me. How are
Thank you
you?
for inviting me.
Oh,
Very excited.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, why don't we go ahead and just start with a bit of an intro for people who might not know that you have a channel. And everyone, I have the links to all of Mariana's social platforms in the description box below. So please do like and subscribe to her channel and check out her Twitter and her IG and all the things. So do you want to give us a little bit of an intro?
Sure. Well, my name is Mariana. I am from Mexico. I am 32 years old. I will give the whole personality type in the different systems, so anyone who subscribes to different systems can understand and get to know me. So I am an INFJ.
Me too.
Enneagram 6, wing 5 for people
what that
who
means.
like Enneagram. And in terms of astrology, I'm a Sagittarius Sun, Cancer Moon, Capricorn rising.
All righty.
So that's like the whole bio.
That's great.
In terms of other things I do for a living, I create content, I teach, I have what Gretchen McCulloch calls a weird internet career.
Okay.
So I do lives and that kind of thing for work.
Oh, okay.
But this is like my corner, like my private corner of the internet where all of my friends are not in real life.
Gotcha. I hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. So why don't we get on to firsts and favorites? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So let's begin with the firsts. First gift you remember being gifted to you?
First
deck you remember being gifted to you?
I was like, oh, I do remember my first gift, but my first deck. Okay, so this is very recent because I am very new to tarot. I've been doing it for like a year.
Okay.
And so all of the decks that I had, I bought myself. So the most recent one that my mom has bought me a bunch of decks, but mostly the ones that I want, or that are on my wish list.
Right.
But the one that she got me for as her initiative was the Fountain Tarot.
Oh yeah, the Fountain Tarot. Okay.
And then an oracle called Angels for the Modern Mystic.
Angels for the
which
Modern
I actually it's right here. It's the one I didn't take out. It's this one.
Okay.
I haven't seen anyone talk about it. I do have a walkthrough flip through in my channel.
That's right. Okay, that is right. I was like, do I know that one? I feel like I might have seen it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I did a flip through recently of that one. That one she gifted me, and the Fountain Tarot. The others she's gifted me from my wish list.
Gotcha. All right. So, hello, everyone coming in. We have Kali Sunflower. Hello, B. Hello, Jess Reads Cards.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Beth. Aspasia Rising. Project Refined Life. Hello, Annette. And anyone else coming in. Sorry if I've missed you. All right. First deck so the first deck you bought for yourself. So all of the rest you purchased yourself. Do you remember the very first one?
Yeah, the first one I bought was the Everyday Tarot by BD Tarot.
Yep, that's a good one.
Purple one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I got that one because I didn't know anything, so I wanted like the traditional or quote unquote traditional images in my mind were the RWS. But at the time, I thought the RWS was creepy.
Okay.
And so I don't know. I just like I don't know anyone who does tarot in real life, so it was like too tarot-y for me.
Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. Yeah.
So the Everyday Tarot was like the soft way into the IWS.
Oh yeah, it's a great. I think it is a great beginner deck, and I think it's. I mean, I love purple, so
Yeah,
yes, I did own that at one time. So B is saying, I think Levi showed. He might have. Yes, definitely. Okay. First deck you were extremely disappointed in.
I've bought, and it was the Lightyear Star.
Oh, the Lightseers Tarot.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a whole rant about it.
All right. Is that on your channel?
If you watch my Tarot Extremes video.
Oh, yes. Okay.
There, you can hear my full thoughts. But basically,
Gotcha.
I just think it's marketed as like real people. And when I hear people talk about it, they always say that that's what they like. But I don't think it's real people at all. I think it's like Instagram influencers, and I don't.
They're very stylized and very yes, yeah.
And I couldn't. I mean, I don't know if it's because of that, but I couldn't read with it. So
yeah. Gotcha. How about first deck you ever gifted someone else?
Oh, well, that would be Oracle, because I don't know anyone in my life who reads tarot. But I am a graphic designer, which I guess in the introduction I should have said I'm a graphic designer. And so I have many designer friends, so they enjoy my decks from that perspective. And some of them do like pulling cards and stuff, but they don't own any.
Okay.
And because I'm like, I want you to have your first deck, but you're not going to learn the whole system, then an Oracle is the easiest way. So the first one that I gifted was the Hedge Witch Botanical Oracle.
Oh, that's
to one of my friends who loves plants and stuff, and she loved it.
Oh, awesome. Very good choice. So Beth Aspasia Rising is saying, oh, I love that, Mariana, because I have tried 4 times with that deck and I just can't. You're not alone, Beth. You're not alone.
I don't own it. I gifted it and he loved it. So
that's fair. Well, hello, Una Autumn. She says, hi, I never catch these lives. So excited. Thank you. Thank you for dropping by.
I love your channel. Well, I love everyone's channel, but I recently discovered hers.
Oh, well, I did not know that Una Autumn had a channel. Okay, hook me up.
I think she
does. Hook me up, Autumn, somewhere. Just like comments below or somewhere. And then hello, Aquamarine 18 Tarot and Books, Laura. Okay. Next prompt. First thing that you ever started collecting that was not tarot?
Well, I love collections and I've always wanted to collect things, but I am very start things and then don't continue. So there are many collections that I started and then that I didn't continue with them. But I think the very first that was kind of like a stickers, with the
I think you're freezing up, Mariana. Is it am I the one freezing, or is Mariana the one freezing? Could somebody in the live let me know? Could you repeat that? So did you say it was stickers?
With a sticker book.
Oh, with a sticker book.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Beth is saying Mariana is the one. Okay, we'll just keep that in mind. Oh, are you? I think she's frozen again. Mariana. Oh no. You okay? Is it? Oh. Okay. I think you're back. Oh, it's in and out.
No. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you, but you're frozen on screen. Like you go in and out in terms of freezing.
Oh, okay.
I think right now you're okay. So we can keep trying and then we'll see. But you're saying stickers and sticker books.
Yeah, that was my very first. And I think the very nature of that is very like when you're a kid. So it's not something that I continue. I do still have tons of stickers, but I don't collect them as in like a sticker book. They're more like planner stickers and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I used to collect stickers as well, like the sticker books where they are. Oh, are you frozen? Can you hear me? I can't tell if she's frozen. Yes, she's frozen. Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Do you wanna try to exit the studio and maybe come back in? That might help. Oh,
Okay.
I'm not hearing. We'll just give it a second to see. Okay. Una Autumn is saying, I do have a channel. Oh, I just like to hide in the background. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Is that your, so is this your name? That Una Autumn is your channel name then? Uh-oh. Ah, okay. I see her again. Hold on, let me. And then let's move this one.
Hopefully it will work.
Is that okay? It looks good so far. It looks good. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. So we're talking about stickers and sticker books.
Yes.
Are you talking about the sticker books where it's like you could move them around on the book? You know, that paper where you could like reuse.
Yeah, it was like a glossy paper.
Yeah. That's awesome. I had those too, and I mean, they don't really make them anymore that I see like around in stores for kids. Like I see them on Etsy and things, but
yeah, they're more like, or I don't know, maybe they do one. It's just like where I know are planner stickers, and they are like sticker books, but for keeping your planner stickers.
Exactly. Right. Okay. And then first pet.
Oh, my first pet was a dog, a Maltese dog called Becky.
Aw, cute.
Yeah.
First movie you saw in a theater that you remember?
Oh, I meant to ask my mom. I think it might have been Pocahontas.
Okay, the Disney.
But if not, then it was Hercules.
Okay, so it was a Disney movie then. Uh-oh. Can you hear us, Mariana?
Oh, sorry.
You were frozen again. It's okay.
My internet is being weird.
Okay. Just wait till she unfreezes because I'm not sure what she's hearing and what she is. Oh, so can you hear us this whole time, or are we in and out too? Hello?
Hi. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay. I don't know why.
Are we in and out? Like when you freeze, you can't hear us either?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. That's why. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It happens.
Hopefully it will behave.
Okay, yes. Fingers crossed. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes.
We were talking about the movies.
Yes. So it was either Pocahontas or Hercules. So Disney.
One of the two. Yeah.
Yes. And then how about first celebrity crush? Uh-oh. Oh, no. I can kind of hear something in the background. Mariana, can you hear us? Oh, no. Lost her again. Uh-oh. Well, we'll just wait a little bit. Anywho, how is everyone else in the live? In the chat? How's it going? She must be deep. Right, exactly, about the crush. I mean, it is a tough and thought-provoking question for sure. So, yeah. Oh, okay. She's gone completely. Well, we'll just wait a little bit. If you have any questions for Mariana in the meantime, please do put them in all caps. Ooh, gotta love technology. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Let me just go through the chat to see that I haven't missed anybody. All good. So I don't know if this keeps happening. We might have to reschedule for a different time. Yeah. In any case, for anybody else. Oh, thank you, Shauna. Thank you. That was the gift from Matt for my anniversary, for our 12th year anniversary. So anyway. Okay. So in terms of future, is she in a different, yeah, she is. She's in Mexico. Well, so it's not a different country, but she's in Mexico. No, Mexico is, I'm sorry, I'm confusing that with Puerto Rico. She's in a different country, and she is now back. Let's try this again. Hello.
Hi, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so mad because I do this all the time for work, as I was saying in my introduction, and this never happens. It's rainy season, so it's been raining a lot, and my friends who are engineers say that has nothing to do with it, but I don't believe them because every time it rains, this happens.
Yeah. I think we've had a few issues, that are, I think also rain related, like remnants from Hurricane Ian. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is what I meant, Beth. That is what I meant. 50s. I mean, it's part of, anyway, whatever. You can tell as a history buff, right? Okay. So, where were we? First celebrity crush. I think that's
okay. First celebrity. This is my favorite question. I love talking about celebrity crushes and fictional crushes. So I'm going to answer two. The first one is because the first one was more like the character, and then he was a celebrity, but first it was a character, and that was my first. And then my first like crush, like put the poster up in your wall type of thing. So my first one was Legolas from the
Okay. Good one.
Which then turned into Orlando Bloom. Every girl my age had a crush on Orlando Bloom at some point.
That sounds like my sister. She's the same way.
Yeah. And exactly. Yes. And then my first crush of like poster of my wall was Drew Fuller.
Who?
Who is, I think, unknown.
Wait, who was that?
Drew Fuller. He played Chris Halliwell in Charmed.
Oh, I don't know him.
No,
I didn't watch Charmed.
One knows him. No one knows him. No.
Oh, okay.
Unless you watched Charmed.
I mean, I watched some of Charmed, but not all of Charmed.
Because I don't even think he was in anything
other than
that. So I mean, but I loved Charmed. It was like my favorite show, and he was my crush.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look him up after this. So Beth is saying
he's very 2000s, like
okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, sure, that tracks. So Beth is saying, when I lived in Buenos Aires, if it rained, the phone wouldn't work. So I think you're right. What do engineers know, really?
Exactly. True. That's why I say that happens to me all the time with my doctors, where they tell me, "Oh, that's not supposed to happen," and I'm like, "Well, you don't know much because."
Yeah, totally. Okay, and then the first book to make you cry.
Well, I don't cry in books.
Okay,
which is a boring answer. But there are like the first book that was really like one of the saddest endings I have ever read is The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
It's so melancholic. And then most recently, yesterday, I finished the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. And if I cried in books, I would have my eyes out.
All right. Okay. Wow. Oh, I could. I mean, I do like a dramatic book, but I think lately I need like lighter, fluffier shows and although I'm watching Sandman right now, and that is not the least bit light and fluffy, but whatever. Okay. So on to favorites. A favorite hobby outside tarot?
Well, the most obvious answer is reading. books.
Yeah.
because I do book videos and card videos. I'm always like, well, I'm reading books or reading cards. I have to specify. So reading books, but I also love doing like creative designery stuff in the computer.
Oh, nice.
Or collaging.
Collaging, very nice. Yeah. Okay, so do you keep like a collage like journal or like a collage
Yes,
book?
I have a junk journal.
Junk journal, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, very cool. Okay, a favorite thing to shop for other than decks and witchy items and books. Let's also
and books. Okay, well, stationery.
Stationery, oh yeah. Yep, that tracks too. Okay. And then speaking of books, what is a favorite book?
Oh, well, I actually prepared this answer if you let me say tons of books.
Okay.
I don't know how much. I don't worry. I'm not going to give you like an infinite.
Oh no, you can take your time.
I was going to make the joke of like, I don't know how much time we have. So my favorite book ever, like ever, is The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
That's my favorite book.
This whole series? Yeah.
Yeah, The Lord of the Rings, and I'm just a big Tolkien fan. Like, I've read his biography, The Silmarillion, The Hobbit, other like the Christmas book he has. Like, I'm just a big Tolkien fan in general. But I thought, okay, because I feel like everyone's favorite book is The Lord of the Rings, so that's kind of like a boring answer. So I'm going to say a favorite book. I did prepare my answer for this.
Okay.
So, a favorite book for this year, which I highly recommend, is A Ghost in the Throat by Doreen Ni Grifa, and that one's a memoir.
Okay.
If you like memoirs, nonfiction, then a favorite tarot book is one that I've already read is Tarot for Change by Jessica Dore.
Okay.
But one that I'm currently reading, and it's probably going to become my favorite book of all time, is Tarology by Enrique Enriquez.
Okay.
Then what else do I have? Favorite historical nonfiction is The Roman of Sisters by Helen Rappaport. I did one in each of my favorite genres.
Okay.
So historical nonfiction. Favorite poetry would be Side Effects May Include Strangers by Dominique Parisien.
Wow, okay.
And if you speak Spanish, Una ballena es un país by Isabel Zapata. So anyone who speaks Spanish. And then favorite fantasy other than Lord of the Rings is the 5-Year Trilogy, which I mentioned that I just finished yesterday, and I love it. And then a favorite romance. My favorite romance series of all time is the Side Changeling series.
Oh, okay.
Which is urban fantasy paranormal type romance. But if you prefer a more like contemporary thing, I like Mariana Zapata, who is an author.
Oh, okay.
So I mainly read romance, nonfiction, and fantasy. Like those are my three.
Very nice. Very nice. I love romance, like young adult fantasy, paranormal, that kind of thing. So
yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like when I explain the plot of the Side Changeling series, people are like, okay. It's like, so the werewolf back and the and it's like,
we get it. We get it.
Like, you're 32, right?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Those stories are like ageless, timeless, all ages. Okay. A favorite movie and show?
Well, I can answer with my current favorite show, which I recently watched, and it's not a new show, is Vikings.
Okay, yes.
I had watched the first seasons and then I didn't continue, but recently I watched all of it with my mom.
Okay.
And I am fully obsessed. I haven't recovered.
Okay, yeah. So, and Vikings that's different from The Last Kingdom, right? Those are two different Vikings.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And then a favorite book to movie or show adaptation?
Oh, well, okay. So my favorite book to TV show adaptation is from a book series where I do not like the books.
Okay.
But I love the show, and that is Outlander.
Outlander. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I watched like first two seasons, and then
Yeah,
I never
those
picked
are
it.
the best ones, really.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if I always say like I love it, but I can acknowledge that it's basically a soap opera.
Huh,
Like
that's like the
for the
best
first
thing.
2 seasons, I will defend to the end of time.
So did you first start watching the show and then decide, oh, I want to try reading the books, and decide that you did not like the books, or was it
Well,
like,
I watched the trailer on Netflix and I thought, oh, I'm going to like it. But I always like when it's a book, I always want to read the book first. So I bought the book and I
uh-huh.
started reading it. And for the first like 200 pages, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like this was written for me. I had never read an actual romance novel before.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't think they're really big here. Like if you go to a bookstore in Mexico, you won't find a romance section like you do in the US.
Gotcha.
And so it was the first romance I had ever read. And so after I got into it, I was like, I don't know what this is. I'm not liking it. You have to like. I feel like romance is an acquired taste. Romance novels,
Uh-huh.
and so I didn't like it, and I was like, I'm not going to finish this. And then I was like, okay, but I like the story, so I started watching the show, and I absolutely fell in love with the show. And
Gotcha.
after I finished the show, I wanted more Jamie and Claire.
Oh, yeah.
So I went back and read the books, which are technically the canon, but for me they're like the fan fiction with added scenes.
Gotcha. I hear you. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Marlena is saying, I'm down for soap opera. Longtime fan of Days of Our Lives. Oh my gosh, that takes me back. Days of Our Lives. Wow. Yeah, that's such a classic.
I only know Days of Our Lives from Friends.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh, yeah, I used to
being in
watch it.
Mexico, we
Oh
have
my gosh.
we have telenovelas here.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure. I was seeing some trolls in the chat. My first troll, guys. Oh, exciting. So hopefully we were able to block him successfully. Okay, but let me know if not. All right, and then a favorite crystal.
Oh, I don't use crystals.
Okay.
But I do have a favorite stone.
Oh, yes.
Which I don't think is a crystal.
Still works.
It's a heart shaped stone.
Oh, pretty. That looks like
I think it's marble, but I'm not super sure.
Can I see? Can I see one more time? Uh-oh. That almost looks like an amethyst, but I can't tell.
I'm not sure what it is, but I have it because my sister gifted it to me on one of my birthdays. We did we're Catholic, so we did a mass and we were doing this whole like ritual thing.
Yeah.
Not a Catholic ritual, just a thing like a family thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And each person had to bring something to like represent me because it was my birthday. And so my sister had this one and she said it was to represent my strong heart.
Oh, that's so
and
nice.
So I saved it and I keep it in my altar.
That's great. That's awesome.
But I don't use crystals.
Yeah. Marlena saying, I like Spanish novelas too. They sound
my
like fun.
My mom didn't let me watch novelas when I was growing up, so I didn't develop a love for them because she didn't let me watch them.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I love romance novels, because like I had to get that out somehow.
Exactly. Now it's like you're making up for lost time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So a favorite thing about the Halloween or Samhain season?
Oh, well, my favorite thing about Halloween is that means that Christmas is very soon coming.
So you like Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Over. Yeah.
I'm a Christmas person.
Hey, it's also good. Also good. All right. Finally, surprise bonus question. Ready?
Yeah.
If you had to choose between giving up your current favorite book and your current favorite deck, tarot or oracle, which one would you give up forever?
I think I have to give up the deck. Yeah.
The deck, and what deck would that be? What's your current favorite right now?
Oh no. I forgot you. I was thinking hypothetically.
Well, I mean,
well, my favorite of all time is the John Bauer.
Okay, so that you would have to give up.
I would have to give it up. Wow. It's harder now that I know which it is, but I can't give up Lord of the Rings. Like that's just.
I hear you. Hey, all good, all good. Yeah. Okay, all right. That was that was pretty quick and definitive. So good on you. Okay, so why don't we get on with the questions? Why don't you tell us how you began with tarot? Because you said you're newer, so you've been doing it for about a year now. So how did that come about? What interested you?
Well, the short answer is that I have an illness, and I was a couple of years ago going through some stuff with that. Mm-hmm. And so I was kind of like reaching and finding different types of things, like healing things, like spiritual type things, and like alternative things that are not traditional medicine. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I was I don't know, on the internet somewhere someday, and I found an ad or something for a course that framed tarot as a tool for healing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm very interested, because I had always been interested in tarot.
Oh, okay.
Just in general, as a thing that I knew existed.
Okay.
I am from Mexico, and it's a predominantly Catholic country.
Yes.
And it not that there aren't people who do tarot. I mean, there are. I just don't know where they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know anyone in my life who does tarot. I don't like. I wouldn't tell my grandparents that I read tarot, for instance.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it was an interest that I've always had, because honestly, it comes from fiction. So movies, shows, books. I've always liked stories with magic. Mm-hmm. And I've always believed in magic in some way. And so I've always been interested in, just in general, like reading about witchcraft and like occult type things as an interest. Mm-hmm. And so I had always had tarot on my radar.
Gotcha.
And when I found that course, I was like, okay, well, it's like a sign, like I have to do this. Uh-huh. And so I started taking the course, and in my mind, it was only for that. Like, it was only like as a tool for healing. And then I started getting into it, and I fell down the rabbit.
Yeah, took off from there. Hello, April, Tarot and Witchery. Wow, it's 11:30 p.m. here in Madrid. Thank you for stopping by. That is awesome. Hope you're enjoying your holiday so far. That's so cool. Okay, and then so do you have like a preferred system? Did you start off with the RWS? It sounds like you started off, or?
Well, the course I was taking was very focused in RWS, but it was a very like alternative approach.
Okay.
Which I liked. But after we finished with the majors, and by the time the minors we started with the minors, I started getting very confused, because I felt like every definition or every meaning that the course provided, because it's like an alternative approach, was pretty much the same, or I didn't understand the difference. So I decided to stop the course for the moment, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go look for like the more traditional meanings and stuff, and then I can come back and add this alternative approach. And so I went back and I looked in YouTube, and the channels I first discovered that I liked, like the Oh, actually, Laura at Aquamarine 18, she is to blame for this. I asked her because I watched her channel because I like that she talked about books and tarot. And I asked her for recommendations, and she recommended Tom Benjamin. And I started watching his videos, and I loved his approach. And he's not that RWS. He's more like numerological and elements, and that made sense to me.
Yeah,
like it made sense to me to like the images in the RWS are interpretations of a numerical elemental meaning. So like this is what the Four of Cups means in terms of numbers and elements, and this is Pamela Coleman Smith's interpretation of that numerical meaning. But you can have many other interpretations.
Right.
And so I really enjoy that, and I started with that. But it's very hard to get away from RWS.
Yeah.
Especially on YouTube or on the internet.
Yes.
And so I felt like I kind of absorbed more RWS as I went along. And just recently I was getting the feeling that I wanted to go back to what first made sense to me, which is numerological and elemental.
Yeah.
Which led me back to the RWS because after a lot of things I think that it is a very good deck because it's more conceptual than literal. Like the Ten of Swords, for instance, it's not like a literal stabbing, I mean, it's like the concept. And I feel like modern decks tend to go literal. And that's where I struggle because it boxes me into a single definition.
Right.
So I guess my favorite, the thing that most makes sense to me is numerological and elemental. But certainly the thing that is predominant in my mind are the RWS.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of do like a hybrid of, numerological and elemental.
Yeah, exactly. Like depending on the reading.
And which makes sense because I think a lot of us do that as well. We kind of build on, foundational knowledge and just do what works for us. So then you have some pip decks too, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have any pip deck? Okay. So do you find that you still prefer RWS, like the imagery, the fully illustrated over pip decks?
I think the RWS is easier. Like the RWS, I immediately jumps into my mind. The meaning immediately jumps into my mind. And with Marseille or Pips, you do have to work a bit more for it, which is not bad. It's just different.
Yeah.
I am curious to read for other people with Pips. Because I feel like I don't read professionally, obviously, because I'm new. I read for my friends and stuff. And the thing that people always choose are scenic decks because the pictures are prettier, right? They're more
for them to see, yeah.
And so I always read with scenic decks, not necessarily with the RWS, just in general. But now that I'm getting more into, I'm doing this project for myself where I'm using more Marseille and I'm binging Marseille videos, I really want to read for someone using Marseille because I feel like that way I could really, really, really see if I have got the hang of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. So then you use Oracle as well. How do you incorporate that into your tarot readings, or do you keep them separate, or do you like to mix them together?
Well, usually I used to only use both. Like, I would never use only Oracle. Lately, I've discovered that I also like reading with certain types of oracles. But when I use both, I like using sometimes let me organize myself. Usually what I used to do is I like to use Oracle as a starting point.
Okay.
For the reading. A lot of people say they like to end the reading
And with it, right.
But for me that's confusing because I already got a message, and then if I add one more card, it's like, okay, like we're starting all over again.
Gotcha.
And so I like to use it as a starting point, whether it be like to give me a question. So let's say if I pull an oracle card that it has a quote about loneliness, maybe I'll be like, okay, then I can ask like, how can I stop being lonely? Or like it can give me a question or a theme.
Yeah.
But currently I'm using it as part of the reading. Like I treat it as if it was a tarot card.
An actual tarot card. Okay.
But because of the types of oracles I've been using, I wouldn't use any oracle like that.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Gotcha. And how do you choose which decks that you work with? Do you have like a method? Do you have just like by mood or?
Usually I go by mood. There are certain decks that work better for me with certain types of readings.
Gotcha.
At the moment, I'm doing a project where I limited myself to use only the Centennial and Marseille deck.
Okay.
And I go one day. And I've actually been loving it because I don't have to think what deck I want to use.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Sometimes it can be that way. It's like, oh my God, what deck do I use? So many to choose from. Okay. Annette from
exactly.
She has a question for you. Has using the tarot and being a Catholic been difficult for you? And how is your family responding to it? It's a great question.
Well, I actually, it was conflicting at the beginning, not because, it's funny because no one in my family has ever told me, oh, you can't do this or that's bad or anything like that. My parents are pretty open-minded. We are pretty non-traditional as Catholics go. So I've never had, like, I can read whatever I want to read and like whatever. So in that sense, there's no problem. I don't think my dad loves that I read tarot, but I think he finds it like cute, like, oh, her cute hobby, like, oh, that's funny that she's reading her cards. My mom, she is the one who really gets how big it has been for me in my life. That it's actually been really, really big in my life. My grandma from my mother's side, she's very superstitious, and she always tells me, please read me my fortune. I don't want to read for my grandma. I just like, I'm like, yeah, later. But she's begging me to read her fortune. That's what she tells me. But my grandparents on my father's side, they are a bit more conservative, and I wouldn't tell them that I'm reading tarot. Not because they would say anything, but my grandma would probably suffer. Like, I feel like my grandma would think that, oh my God, no, my granddaughter, is she going to heaven or not? And I don't want to put that burden on my grandma.
Right. No, that makes sense.
For me, it's been great. At first, it was a bit tough to. I was keeping it separate. Like, I was like, okay, so I like tarot and I'm a Catholic, and like, I had been watching videos and stuff of people who are witches and also practice another religion. So like, oh, I'm a Jewish witch, or and I was like, oh, okay, I like that. I was exploring that. And I went through a whole exploration. I won't bore you with all the details, but in the end, I realized that being a Catholic is a big part of my identity, and I wouldn't want to change that.
Right.
But I realized that I don't have to keep it separate. Like, I can be a Catholic who reads tarot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we definitely have people like in the community who are Catholic or Christian or Jewish, and they also do the tarot, so they don't have to be.
And I even sometimes use it for prayer. Like, it can be mixed, and so I've been liking that.
Yeah. Shauna's saying my grandmother would freak. I haven't told her yet. Yeah, I get it. I do understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So around how many decks would you say you have right now?
Oh, I did count. I have at the moment 21 tarot and 15 oracle.
Okay. It's a pretty conservative number.
I have 2 tarot on the way.
Okay.
And at the moment, I feel like my collection is pretty complete.
Okay.
But I do have some that I'm looking forward to that are releasing this year.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So other than like a few, you feel like you're pretty good.
At the moment, I feel like it's complete, but I always say that. I feel like I always say to my mom when I buy a deck, like, oh, with this one, I feel like now it's complete.
Yeah.
And then like next month, I'm like, oh, I ordered another one.
Yeah, no, it's gonna, and that'll continue. That will continue probably. Because like, yeah, you're in, I don't know. I guess it's different for everybody how long that takes for it to kind of slow down. But yeah, there are always so many awesome decks that come out. It's hard not
exactly.
to try. Yeah.
I feel like this is my excuse, but as a designer, it's hard to resist.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense for sure. So would you say is the John Bauer your like soul deck?
I would say that.
Okay.
I think that the John Bauer is my soul deck. And then my soul, I'm a very like I always say I'm a very swordsy person. Like I'm very my therapist says I need to connect my brain to my heart. But while I do that, my brain soul deck is the Da Vinci Enigma, and my heart soul deck is the John Bauer.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Fantastic. So then, do you have like any recent decks that you're currently in love with that you're using right now that you wanted to tell us about that you're?
Well, yes. Well, I talked already about the Centennial, which caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting that.
Really? Okay.
I bought it because I thought I should have it. Like, more because when friends come, I feel like it's more legitimate if I actually have like the RWS in my collection and I'm not just reading with the doggy decks. So that was purely like an imposter syndrome purchase. And I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I did one reading with it, which was partly my fault because I was reading about a topic that was stressing me out, which I shouldn't have done, like that specific topic. And I got the Three of Hearts, and it was a very hard reading, and I kind of like held a grudge against it because I was stressed out all week, and I was like, no, okay, it's too much for me. But I decided to give it a shot this month because I wanted to go back to basics. And I've been surprised. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, I love you. I didn't expect it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
So that's one, but I feel like that's boring. The other one is the Minimalist Oracle.
Oh, do I know that one? Okay.
I also did a flip through of this one in my channel, and
I can see that one. Yeah.
I'll show you a couple of so it's, as the name says, it's a minimalist oracle. So the cards just look like this.
Okay.
They are white, one word, and just one symbol.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, that is very minimalist.
Yeah. Yep. And these are the backs.
Wow.
And I love it in terms of like from a design perspective. I love it. But I have been loving reading with it. I want to try like a full reading using only that one. That would be interesting.
Very interesting.
And then the other two that I've been really loving are the Energy Archaeology.
Okay. I don't have any of these.
Okay. Which is basically a bone oracle. But it's like with the perspective of healing.
Okay.
So the cards look like this. So every card has a bone, and you have the keyword, and then with the lighting you can't really see, but it has the keyword and then the name of the bone.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And so in the guidebook you get the explanation for the anatomy of like a really brief explanation, and then you get the explanation of what that bone means in your body in terms of more like a spiritual thing. So I really love her whole framework. She works with like different realms of the body, the creator. And so the bones are the foundation. So bones represent foundation in your life.
Right.
And then, I don't know, the organs represent the visceral part. And then I don't remember, she works with the nervous system, the bones, the organs, and I don't remember the other one. And I've been really loving this one. And actually, this one I've been using with the Mother Mary.
Oh yeah, the Mother Mary. Okay. Yeah.
And those two work great together. So I've been really having a lot of fun with oracles lately.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. So
and as far as tarot, the Centennial and the Marseille, I've been using the Marshmallow Marseille.
Oh, Marshmallow Marseille. Yep.
Which is the one I've been using, and I have been loving both, and especially with the Minimalist. I'm using the Super Oracle too, but the Minimalist is my favorite.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's see here. I keep seeing that deck everywhere. It's so pretty and unique. Love the energy archaeology. And then Meg is saying, I keep not buying it for no reason, but but should I? But should. Yeah. Well, let's see.
Yeah, well, I very much recommend it. I thought it was going to be one of those decks where you have to read the guidebook. And that was part of the appeal to me. Like, oh, I'm going to have to study this deck. As I said, I'm a very swordsy person. So anything that's like requires study, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I found that no, you can read with it. Like you can read with any other deck. You don't have to save it for when you study it or that type of thing.
So you can read it out of the box then.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. All right. So it sounds like a lot of people are having a moment with oracles. So sounds so dirty.
Oh my goodness. We're speaking about romance
novels. Yeah, speaking of novelas. Okay. So then are you having any trouble connecting with a certain deck that you acquired?
Yes, and I have two. One is one that I really do think I will connect with it.
Okay.
I just have to stop being a baby about it.
Okay.
And then the other one, I'm not sure if I ever will, but I love having it, and I don't know, maybe one day I will rehome it, but at the moment I couldn't. So the one that I am struggling with, I can't read with it at all, is the what's it called? Smoke, Ash, and Embers.
Okay. Yeah, the dragon themed one with
yeah, like from the same creator of the Oak, Ash,
and Thorn. Yeah.
I love it, but I can't read with it.
Okay.
And I don't know if I will, and I can't read with it, and to top it off, it's super difficult to use. It's too chunky, the cards are too thick, and it's matte and it sticks.
Yeah, that is like a recipe for a deal breaker for me.
So like if I could read with it super wood, I would forgive the fact that it's hard to use.
Yeah, maybe.
But because I can't read with it and it's hard to use, I just never ever pick it up. Not even now that it's kind of like a folly type deck.
It is. It's a beautiful deck. Yeah.
And then the other one, and I am so sorry, Meg.
Uh-oh.
It's a daydreaming.
Daydreaming. Oh, yes.
I love this deck. I love it. Like
Okay.
from a visual standpoint, I love it. And it's one of those, it happened to me with the John Bauer, for instance, where I saw a flip through and I instantly knew that I would read so well with it and I would connect with it. Like that gut feeling, and then I got it. And it's the hardest deck I have. Like, I can't use it.
Okay.
It's matte and it sticks.
Yeah.
And
gotcha.
but it's like I have many decks that are matte and stick, but this one is so hard for me to pick apart the cards.
Oh no. Okay.
I like, just in general, I have as because of part of my illness, I have problems like with motricity issues with my hands. So I can't riffle shuffle, so I deal the cards to shuffle. So I need a deck that allows me to do
that. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And this deck, I can't. I have to, like, with my nail, pick every card apart.
That would be annoying.
And it takes me so long.
Yeah.
And so, but I really keep trying because I love it so much.
Yeah.
And so what's been happening to me is that it takes me so long to actually do the whole thing. I lay down cards and I look at them and I'm like, what is this? I can't read it. Like, they're not the cards. And then I like put it back. And then later in the day, I'm like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those were the right cards.
Okay.
So I think that if I can stop being a baby about the fact that I can't do this, and I forgive it, I will connect with it because if I let if some time goes by, I can go back and say, oh yeah, I can take a meaning from the cards. Right. But at the immediate moment, because it was so hard, I'm like, no, I can't. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just have to forgive it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, come at it with just a lighter energy, and then maybe the message
like I feel like it's a deck where I have to know that it's going to take me a while.
Yeah,
and be okay with it.
Right.
Like it's not one where I can just pull 3 cards and be done.
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Pamela Batchelor saying, I'm having fun with these decks, Crow Tarot, Po Tarot, and Santa Muerte. Oh. Very nice. I don't have any of those. But yes. Marlena, thank you. Yes, I do have a dice video, so I don't know if you like dice.
I haven't seen that one.
That is a way that for decks that I just cannot for the life of me shuffle, I will use like a dice method instead.
I will look for that video.
Yeah, so it's a fun way to use dice, and then also, if it's a deck that's like super hard and or like rare, and you don't want to mess it up or something like that. Anywho, let me see. What is Meg saying here? Maybe gloss laminating them. Shauna does that to help them move nicely.
Oh,
like a lot of work.
I think it will make it thick, right?
It would make it thicker.
I don't know. It depends on the type of lamination.
Yeah, you would need one of those laminating.
I would go do it, like to somewhere. I wouldn't do it here.
Oh, you would have it professionally done. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's also a difference from that I've noticed. Yeah. From here in the US, I feel like those types of things are much more expensive there. To have professionally done.
Yeah.
And here it's super cheap. Like my pouches, the ones that I have. I have them made. And it's like a small place that's right around the corner from my house. And I go and print them, and it's super, super cheap. You don't have to go through a service like you do there that you online and it's super expensive. And you just go right around the corner, give the USB the file, and they print it.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I wish because I know that. Well, so Shauna is saying it's a lot of work. Yeah, that's what I mean. I guess there's like a laminating machine that you can buy, but then I know that I don't know if it counts as laminating, but I know some people have like put clear contact paper on both sides as kind of a way. But that just seems like it would take forever too. So no, thank you.
Yeah.
For
Well,
me.
that's what my mom would have to do it for me. So
Yeah.
it would work for my mom. No,
Thank you,
what I've
Pamela.
been doing is some afternoons, like if I'm just watching TV or something, I will take the deck and literally like wear it out, like shoes.
Yeah, try to break it in.
Yeah. Exactly. I like take the cards and I rub them and I do all sorts of things to try to like break. Yeah, exactly. Break it in.
Yeah. Do you care if you have you like bent any decks or like damaged any decks doing that?
I haven't done that, but
I have.
I'm a weird person where I'm looking forward to the day that my decks look old and worn and torn. And
I'm actually okay with that too. I don't mind my deck looking like it's been well loved. So
yeah, exactly. I love when books look like the cracked spine, the folded, the dog ear page, like everything you're not supposed to do. I love how it looks because you like writing on a book, folding the pages, everything. So I'm like, I don't mind because I feel like, oh, okay, so it will be new, but it will look as if it's well loved.
That's very true. I agree with that for sure. So are there any decks that you wanted to or thought you would hate, but you have now and you really actually enjoy?
Well, the one I thought about, but it's not hate. Because I wouldn't have bought it if I thought that I was going to hate it.
Okay.
But I didn't buy it because I liked it. I bought it because I thought I had to. Is
the Centennial? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great answer for sure. Yes. And then one deck this is a question from Beth at Aspasia Rising. Very good contribution. One deck that got away. So you had the chance to get it, but you missed out.
Yes, that one is well, there of course there are always a lot of decks that are like out of print that you like, but the one is the Darkness of Light tarot.
Oh, the Darkness of Light, yes.
And it's so frustrating because when I feel like I missed it by like a couple of weeks. Because when I discovered it and I went back to the website, the last notification that they have of like reprinting is from like right around the moment I started learning tarot.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And I've gone on eBay because that's one of the ones that I'm like, I don't mind. Like, I wouldn't pay some cost on eBay, but I would pay more than I would for other decks because I love it. And I feel like every single person who has it loves it because there are no decks on eBay. Like the only ones that you will find are super cheap. That are obviously fake decks.
Yeah. I feel like, I think the creator, he does take a little bit of a break in between, but and I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat might know whether he does plan to come back with yet another edition, because he was on that was his third edition that he had released. So I feel like maybe
I subscribed to his newsletter and I am following him on Instagram, which
okay.
I feel like the last post he made was like years ago or something like that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But I am subscribed and I like in Spanish we would say círculo de oración, meaning like prayer circle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Will come
up
with another edition.
Yeah.
I feel like that is such a Mariana deck that like it's like I can't with how Mariana this deck is.
It is a beautiful
and I don't know.
Yeah, beautiful. So you can find it reasonably priced on eBay or use decks on Etsy. Yeah, Etsy. I
don't know why I've looked for it and I never find any, and I'm always like, well, everyone loves their copy because why is no one selling it?
Well, if I happen to see one on like a Facebook group sell page, I will let you know.
Well, if anyone knows, just leave me a comment or send me a DM on Instagram.
Yeah, Meg is saying Darkness of Light. There is one on Etsy right now. Wow.
Like the real one, where
a real versus knockoff. Yeah, Darkness of Light. What's it called? Yeah, I'll keep my eyes. Yeah, Darkness of Light.
Darkness of Light, because there's a version they did that's white. That's the one I don't want.
The one with the white, yeah. You want the one with the black, and I think that's what the second edition was white, and then I think so for third edition
they went back to black. Yeah.
So okay, and Meg is saying for $40. That's what she saw. Okay, so
send me the link, Meg.
Yeah. An AV Tarot Market on Etsy has reasonably priced used decks, and they have a huge revolving inventory. Okay, great. That is great to know. All right. Good information. Okay, so you started a YouTube channel that was book based.
Yeah.
And so what compelled you to just start a channel to begin with? You just wanted to kind of get involved with the community and just talk books with people?
Yeah, well, I had been watching Booktube not even that long, really. It wasn't like I was watching for a while and then I finally decided. Ever since I started, I was like, oh, I would love having my channel because it looks so much fun. What worried me was because, as I told you in the beginning, I have a weird internet career. And so my whole job is based online. And I have my Instagram, my blog, my YouTube, like everything. And I create content for it and I have subscribers and like that's my income. And I teach and stuff. And I was worried that because I didn't want to make a channel and then have one of my students find it. Because I mean, you can see like it's not produced. It's not like I just go on and talk, and say things and talk about the alien romance I'm reading. And I'm like, I don't want someone in my real life find my channel and see like, oh my God, so like my teacher is reading alien smut. And so that was my worry. But I was talking to one of my friends from Booktube, when I used to only comment. And she was saying, look, I think if you use like a separate email and the name of your channel has nothing to do with you,
yes,
no one will find you.
Yes.
And I was talking to my sister. Well, this was like it was random, but I was talking to my sister and she was telling me about like this big YouTuber she watches. I don't even remember what it was, but like something, not Booktube, something else. And it's like a big deal, like million subscribers. And she was talking to me as if I knew her. And I was like, oh, I have never heard of her. And she's like, how can you not know? She's so big, like everyone knows her. And that's when it hit me, like the internet is so weird. Like there are niches.
Yes.
And everyone stays in their niche.
Yes, it's true. It is true.
And so I was like, yeah. So I opened an email account, a separate email account for my channel. And my name is Mariana Mas Books, which has nothing to do with my name in like my job name.
Right.
And no one has ever found me. And so I've been happy ever since.
Yeah.
I can talk about my aliens mod with my
Yeah, Marlene is like, please, titles. I need titles.
Oh my gosh, right.
Because it does sound delightful.
It's so good. So if you are if you're willing for like a campy, fun, smutty, alien goodness, definitely start with Ruby Dixon, Ice Planet Barbarians.
Ice Planet Librarians?
Barbarians.
Oh, Barbarians. Okay, I'm writing it down. Ice Planet Barbarians. That does sound smutty. I'm here for it.
Yeah, so it's super. I do, whenever I talk about it, I'm like, if you do go ahead and read Ruby Dixon, don't come and tell me that I didn't warn you. It's but it's super fun.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm always down for super fun. I love brain candy. So
exactly, it's like brain candy.
Yeah, brain candy. I love it. No shame in that. Very cool. Let me see here. Making sure I didn't miss any questions. Okay. And then so you had the book channel and you decided you would add tarot to it?
Yes. I had a book channel, and then I started tarot, and I started discovering that there was tarot on YouTube. Like, I don't know why I didn't think about it before.
Yeah.
And so it was very quick that because I already had, like, taking the leap to the book channel was harder. But once I had my channel and I already was used to it and everything, it was easier. I was a bit hesitant with, I don't know, because I do books, and are people going to, like, my book friends, are they going to like unsubscribe because
you're mixing it,
change the content?
Yeah.
And I think I commented on one of Shauna's video from her previous channel, that I wanted to do a tag, but I was nervous about switching. And she was like, well, you can do whatever you want. It's your channel.
It's true. It's so true. It is.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And so I just did a video that said that I was going to do one book video, one tarot video, one book video, one tarot video.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't keep my promise, but but that was my justification. Like, that was the way I justified to myself starting a different type of content.
No, I mean, I think that's great. And I think, there are other channels who are doing that too. Like, Laura, like you were saying, Aquamarine 18, she does tarot and books. I think, and especially the genres that you like, I think they're quite compatible. Like the people who like, tarot will also be, open to alien smut, novels.
Which is actually, like, the whole reason I love The Darkness of Light. It's because it's very medieval fantasy. Like,
yes, very much so. Very
and
much.
there are a lot of people on TerraTube who love fantasy and Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely. And again, it's like if a subscriber doesn't like, say, your tarot content or your book content, like, it's pretty clear from your title what it is. So they just can skip that one,
Exactly. So, that's why I thought,
So what advice would you give to somebody who is beginning the tarot?
Oh, well, I would say start by learning the quote unquote traditional meanings. Just like real quick, a video, one of those videos of, like, this is what it means. And then go and watch tons of reading videos in YouTube, but like actual reading multiple cards.
Okay.
Not just like one card, like multiple cards
for like a spread.
Honestly, that's what has taught me the most. Like, watching people read cards
by example. No, that makes a lot of sense,
because when people do that, they will talk about what the cards mean to them, how they read, even from walkthroughs. I take, like, there are certain walkthroughs, like Kelly at the Truth and Story, for instance.
Yes, very detailed.
I have taken so many notes from her walkthroughs into my notes of, like, what cards mean and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So just start by the traditional meanings, just so you have the basis.
Yes.
And then go and watch tons of TarotTube.
Yes, TarotTube. Yes, that's true. It's a great learning resource, honestly. Especially if you're like a visual learner and you like to see things as they're happening. So, and then final question: what advice would you give to somebody who wants to start their own, like, TarotTube or Booktube channel?
Oh, well, I would say first, like, the most basic is copy whoever you want. I mean, whoever you like, copy whoever you like. If there's a channel you love, do whatever it is they're doing. Like, the types of videos they do. Like, I don't know. For instance, I love Meg's videos, right?
Yes.
And Meg does very casual videos, and she just talks. And I love it.
Same.
And I was like, I'm going to talk casually in my videos because I love her videos. Because
absolutely.
Like, I don't mean copy in the sense of, like, steal their content.
Right.
I just mean copy in terms of, like, what is this you like, and do that too.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know what it is you want from your channel and then create accordingly.
Yes. It is good to have, some sense of like, focus or like, a overall theme. Let me see here. All right, I'm getting some shouts here. Okay, I just went to Darkness of Light actual site, and he will start taking orders October 15th, 2022, 2 days from now. Wow.
Oh my gosh, Pamela, you have made my day.
Oh my goodness. You all are so awesome in the chat. It's like, yay, community banding together.
Yes.
Great source of information. Thank you so much, Pamela. That's awesome. That's awesome. So good. And Meg saying, I love your videos too.
Thank you.
Very
I
nice.
love everyone's videos. I love casual chatty videos.
Yeah, so do I. However, I feel like it's interesting because I really love them. I love them so much. But then when I sit down to do one, I just don't feel like it's harder for me to do that.
Yeah, no, it is harder. Yeah.
So that's why I don't do that very much.
You always have the urge to censor yourself.
Yeah. It just doesn't come as, I don't know, as naturally or like casually as people make it look so effortless. And I'm like, this is kind of hard actually. I'm not feeling.
Yeah, no, it is hard. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm more structured. Like I have to have a general outline of.
Yeah. And but and also I think it might help if maybe I just did more videos. I think more I practice, probably the more effortless it would feel, but I just don't make enough videos. I don't record enough because I'm just, hashtag commitments. So yes. Wow. I have checked Darkness of Lights, all social several times and nothing. I think I even emailed him.
Yes, exactly. Oh, her picture looks like the heart I showed.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is like, your amethyst heart. That is so true, Beth. It is so true. At least for me, it is. Anyway, okay. So hopefully I haven't missed any other questions, but that is fantastic that you will get your Darkness of Light, Mariana. You will.
I'm so excited.
Okay. So anything coming up on your channel that you wanted to let anybody know about, or any final words?
Well, in my channel, I basically do, I'm very structured in real life and I always plan out. So in my channel, I'm more like whatever happens to attract me in the moment. I have more plans for my Instagram, actually. I'm currently doing a daily project and I'm really loving that. And so I'm going to continue with that. In November, starting November 18th, I know the date, I have it in my calendar. I'm going to start, you are going to see me go Christmas crazy. So I'm going to be using the Yule.
Uh-oh, she frozen. I think we lost you again, Mariana. Oh, we lost you. So you're gonna
at least it let us finish. And
I know. Let us finish, please, universe. Okay, so you're gonna use the Yule.
The Yule seasons, the seasons of the witch Yule.
Seasons of the witch. Yeah.
With the Christmas Pixies Whisper.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be pulling one card from the Oracle and then two for the Tarot every day. I haven't even opened the Oracle. Like, it was my gift for myself. So it's close. I'm going to open it. And I counted the days back from December 31st to the number of cards. So I would get one every day.
That's awesome.
So that's what I'm going to do. And then for this previous days, I think I'm going to do a Marseille project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So check the Instagram for projects. And I will be doing tons of videos as the end of the year approaches. I don't know, I feel like it's very fun. Like, I'm in a very tags and fun videos type of mood.
Yeah.
I will be doing a lot of book videos for now because my favorite book event of Booktube is in November.
Yes, yes.
So I will be doing that, but I also want to do a lot of last year I did Tagmas because people do Blogmas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I could never do Blogmas, but I want to try a daily thing. And so what I did was I did Tagmas. So I did one tag every day
That's
for
awesome.
from
Wow.
Christmas up to New Year's.
Okay.
And last year I
doable.
did book tags, but this year I've been watching more TarotTube than Booktube, so I'm not in the loop of what book tags are going around.
Okay.
But there are tons of tarot tags that I want to do.
I am so behind. I am so behind.
Maybe I can do tarot tagmas. Oh, and one more thing that I have is another project. I was telling May the other day, I'm very Sagittarius when it comes to my creative projects. I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. And then like half of them actually
happened. Yeah.
But one of my projects that I have is I want to do one of my favorite types of videos I realized to make is reading cards. I've loved every video like that I've made. And I struggle with fixed position spreads.
Okay.
I prefer like just
freestyle. Yeah.
And so to challenge myself, I wanted to try spreads from my guidebooks.
Yeah.
And film them. So like using the spread of the guidebook, using the deck for that guidebook. So like the Spacious Tarot guidebook spread with the Spacious Tarot, the Da Vinci Enigma Tarot spread with the Da Vinci Enigma, and do videos.
That sounds awesome.
Maybe one day you will see those. I don't know.
We'll just have to keep bugging you, Mariana. We'll just have to keep reminding you.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
a great idea. And I know that a lot of people really do value seeing other people actually do readings, with the
deck. I love watching readings, and I've been having fun making them because it gives you an excuse to
play with the cards.
Yes,
exactly. Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you for dropping by, Hillary. We are wrapping up here. So thank you so much, Mariana. This was a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody in the live chat, everybody watching back on playback.
Thank you, Julie. I'm sorry for the beginning. That was kind of weird.
No,
and oh my gosh, if anyone starts reading Alien Smut, I want to know what you think.
Yes. So I think Marlene is on track to get probably some Alien Smut, and I have it on my to read. It's a very long to read, however. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you so much, everyone. And until the next time, much love and take care. Bye-bye.